Order of the Star of the Volta recipient and one who saw the foundation of the UGCC, the United Party, and the NPP, Mr. Joshua Attoh Quarshie, and he had his thoughts about the Founders' Day debate. Take a watch. Hello, my name is Johnny Hughes. I've got with me here a fine gentleman who is a founding father, in fact, one of the founding fathers of the United Party, UP Party, which gave rise to the formation of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. And he also saw the formation of the United Gold Coast Convention. He is a national awardee of the Order of the Star of the Volta. I give you Mr. Joshua Attoh Quarshie. Hello, sir.
Thank you.
That's a very firm handshake.
By His grace.
That's a firm handshake.
Well, by the grace of Almighty.
For a man who's close to 100, how do you stay fit?
Well, it is the grace of God. It's a gift.
Something you drink,
Oh, nothing
something
special.
you do.
Jesus, who is the Son of God, just spent nearly 30-something years on earth. So, if someone lives longer than Jesus, God has a purpose for it. And I do not know.
What do you think is your purpose on this earth, politically?
Well, I cannot say much about my own destiny because the destiny belongs to the Almighty.
Right.
So, day to day, I'm just like Kolinko. When he asks me to dance like this, I'll dance like that. Though he gave me common sense to govern myself while on the earth. But yet, I had a belief also that whatever I can do, or as questions were put into me, answers will come from God.
You saw the formation of the UGCC.
Yes.
How old were you then?
I was in my early 30s.
Early 30s.
Yes.
What was the story back then? Because there's been a lot of different accounts. What was the story back then?
The story is one, and one alone. Only we, the Ghanaians, don't want to speak the truth.
Tell us the truth.
There was a great man in this country whom the whole nation must bow down before him. By the name Bah Grant. How he got inspiration to gather the people from the west to the south, the north, and the east, only God knows.
Right.
That this man, being a great merchant at his days, had his own vision that time has come, as the speech he made, which is with you.
Right.
Time has come for political positive action. Say Bah Grant. And he gathered all the prominent people politically, socially in the country to come together to fight for one front. And I'm so surprised that every year we talk about funding day, we talk about this and that, and people don't make bold to speak about this Bah Grant. I wonder why.
What have you been thinking about?
Because Gold Coast, as I know, shifted from the training. We had natural training and also the British training to speak the truth. Just about 3rd of this month, I think particular TV shows people arguing or debating on the nurses strike with the NDC representative, Kola Fellow.
Okay.
And they were discussing things. And the gentleman said he don't agree with the special branch or the police accusing somebody of stealing bins. When they ask him how you get the bins and riding in bins. if the person gets facts about it, he should prosecute the person.
Right.
But you shouldn't say. But that is, it's unfortunate.
Why is it unfortunate?
Yes, for Ghanaians to say so.
Evidence matters.
The training which British people give us to us, even the private cocoa buyer, if he's putting on a building, CID, Special Branch, BNI, Military Intelligence, everyone got authority to question his whereabouts, getting the funds. That was the training which British people taught us.
Okay.
But today, you are saying if you get evidence, you can prosecute, than to inquire how he gets the thing. The right thing is to ask you where you get the money. I know, I don't want to embarrass some family, but we know some family who are private cocoa buyers who were caught and sentenced to prison. You see, because British people trained us to be more transparent.
And you don't see that now? You don't see the transparency now?
Now useless.
Even under President Akufo-Addo?
Akufo-Addo is doing worse things. Because Akufo-Addo, I was expecting to discharge something better for the nation, has failed completely.
It's just early days yet. It's about 7-8 months into the government.
Early days? What do you mean by early days?
It's just 8 months into his government.
Do you know the gas, the Fantis? They say agrobesoa. What do they end up? Agrobesoa. Flown anapa. If someone, he say if you are journeying for 1,000 miles, you start from 1. So I don't see the reason why Ghanaians folding their hands like this. If a minister is delivering a speech and telling lies, your disapproval is to hoot at him, not to throw stone. But your right is to hoot at him, disapprove of what he was saying. Today, that thing has vanished. It was the British training for ordinary man to express his views.
Right.
Today, that has vanished. People come to the television, people go to places and talk rubbish, telling lies upon lies upon lies. You don't see God-fearing people at all in the country. If you fear God, your doings will show that you fear God.
Let's talk about, and which is why I'm interested in what you're talking about. Now, on the 4th of August,
yes,
we had a public lecture,
yes,
addressed by the Speaker of Parliament, a very astute politician, historian, and a pastor as well, who spoke about the fact that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah cannot be the founder of this country, and that's an element of propaganda. What is the true story? Who founded Ghana?
Pa Grant.
Not J.B. Dankwa?
No. JB was called by Pa Grant to join the fold. So Pa Grant is the only one.
So he's the man who founded Ghana?
Not, you mean independent or?
No, we've been looking for the founder, who the founder is. You know, there's been an argument about founder with apostrophe S and founders with S apostrophe.
Who made the research?
Exactly.
To know where the Ghana word come from. That is what you're after. Right. That was the J.B. Dankwa. He made that research. But bringing people together to fight for independence, that was the problem.
So who do we give the credit to? Is it J.B. Dankwa, Pa Grant, or Dr. Kwame Nkrumah?
Kwame Nkrumah don't mention, he's not among them.
What he came to lead he broke away from the UGCC, formed the CPP. In fact, he had a very last meeting with Pa Grant on his sickbed in 1956.
It's a disgrace to mention Kwame Nkrumah because Kwame Nkrumah has no contribution on constitution to serve government.
Really?
What contribution? Have you come across any contribution by Kwame Nkrumah? He was not among the people who drive the constitution. People who build the car, know how to drive the car. They know the implications of car driving. Nkrumah condemned the constitution, and if because he's not a bold man to face prison terms, he created unnecessary constitutional means marching to self-government.
Okay.
You talk about people who fought for
independence.
Yes. You can say Grant, number one. Number two, Dr. J.B. Dankwa and Obeche Bilanti in the Legislative Council, where they draft the Constitution, debate on it. And Nkrumah condemned it. This is not a story.
Okay.
The historians in this country are cowards.
Why do you think they are cowards?
The intellectuals in this country are cowards. The native rulers, they are most corrupt and useless.
So I'm a bit confused at this point, Mr.
Yes.
Attoh Quarshie.
Bring
What is the actual story? Because what we read in our history books is different from what you're telling us now. The history books that we know, that big six.
I don't blame people who read the history and then tell the people, because it's being written, whether it was true or not. A schoolboy can learn that one.
Right.
And misled the schoolboy by telling the lies instead of truth.
Okay.
This is something we have to bring it back to the old system. Speak the truth. As Proverbs chapter 23, verses 23. Say, buy the truth and sell it not.
This story about who founded Ghana, you know that the late President Mills, bless his soul, under his regime, the late Professor Mills, that day, the 21st of September, has been celebrated as a holiday, marked as a holiday for more than 3 times. So it's become a national holiday. And if all things go the way they have gone, this year we'll mark that again. You think that is a wrong thing that was done?
Absolutely wrong.
So when should we celebrate?
I'm not the only oldest person in this country. There are more oldest people. Professor Amfrom, K.B. Asante, Odwe Sais, H.O. Lamte, VC, ARC, Crab.
Right.
There are a lot of age people in this country who will agree with me that all the circumstances point out their finger to Pa Grant as the only founder of independence. People fought, you follow, Sechi, Attoh and others but they fought little by little. But the one who brought the real physical challenge was Pa Grant.
The 1948 disturbances, for example, following which there was the CPP, that would be the apogee of the struggle for independence. Is that so?
Yes.
Now, if that is so, and that was championed by Dr. Nkrumah,
champion what way?
Was that not championed by Dr. Nkrumah?
How? Does Nkrumah know something about the positive action, the looting? He knew nothing about looting. If you can talk about the looting, you talk about the people who wrote a petition to the ex-servicemen, like Obeche Bilanti, who followed them to the Castle Junction, who saw the Emily shot, and then he challenged him. Say, Emily, you shot? He said, yes. He said, who authorized you? He said, Captain Ballantyne. And he took the note. Contact Dr. Dankwa, contact Pa Grant, and the same petition to Home Office. And then that made the British people send colonial secretary by name Oliver Lytton into this country.
So what role did Kwame Nkrumah play in the struggle for independence?